Hello and welcome to HD Movie Talk. I'm your host Dean, and as always, I'm joined by my good friend and co-host Fluffy Duffy, aka Harlan. Hello.
Hi, Dean.
Hi,
Long
and
time no see.
welcome to has been a long time anyway. Moving on. Welcome to episode 3 of the Guest's Best, where we have our third guest, who is
Hello.
hi. He's
Was I
Tom.
too early? My bad.
No, you were, but we'll just live with it now. So he's
Wow.
Sorry.
Sorry, that was joking. I didn't mean
I'm
to.
disappointing you already.
I didn't mean
No,
to pile on the sass.
Dean just has too high of standards, Tom. It's okay.
I understand.
Well, yeah, this is Tom, or as you would probably know him on TikTok, Jumpers and British Accents.
Hello. That would be me. And you asked me what my favorite movie was, which is Jurassic Park.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
so I have a
Sorry.
couple questions. So Jurassic Park, I got some
Jurassic
questions for
Park.
that, but I
Yes.
have some questions for you first. I'm sure Dean does as well.
Right.
So we're going to ask you a couple questions about your TikTok adventure or journey.
Ah. Okay. Sure. Sure.
So, how long have you been doing TikTok?
I started in, I think it was early February, and then I had about 600 followers on, I think it was the 9th of April, and then a month later I had 100,000, which wasn't too bad, and now I'm at 155, which isn't too shabby. I'm not sure how it happened. It just sort of happened over about the course of 2 weeks, and here I am. Hi.
Okay, so there had to be a video to take you from 600 to 100,000 in
Um,
a month.
it was effect right. It was really weird because I made one video talking about my Lego Yoda statue, and I was talking about how I got it for my birthday and how its eyes are unsettling. And then I'd never had a video that broke like 20, I think it was 26K, and then all of a sudden that was 100K in like an hour. I was like, oh okay. Well, I put out a couple more. Then I put out about a few videos a day for a couple of days, and almost all of them got to like 600K views, which was really weird. I'm not sure how it happened, if I'm being honest. I was just mostly talking about Lego and myself, and people were just like, this guy's like a mood, or this guy's so wholesome. And then I made a Discord, and everything sort of collapsed. Well, it didn't collapse. Everything just sort of got bigger and bigger, sort of, and now I am at 155.6, which is pretty nice.
So it kind of started from Legos, like
Yes,
your house is
entirely,
Legos.
pretty much. I have quite a lot of Lego. I think if you're wondering what the latest set I've bought is, I've been buying up 5 of First Battle packs from the Clone Wars because
Mm.
I'm depressed. Not depressed. I mean, I meant more as in I'm sad. I didn't mean depressed. I meant sad as in you know what I mean. I
I know what you
didn't mean
mean.
depressed.
Yeah.
I am sorry.
Yeah.
Um, well,
I'm
that's a
buying
good
these Legos
start.
because I'm not depressed.
I'm perfectly happy. It's going fine. I've got my A
That is
levels.
only something perfectly happy people say.
Yes.
That's what
Are
you're
you questioning my mental health 5 minutes in? This is what's
This
going
isn't
on?
actually a podcast. This is an intervention.
Yes.
Um,
Oh no, not again. Um, no, I've never
anyway,
had an intervention, and I
well,
won't anytime soon.
first time
But
for everything, you know. So
first
yeah,
time.
you did grow very fast on TikTok, and I did see like
Yes,
probably a bit of that because I remember the first time you came up on my For You page, I looked and you were probably on like 20K, and I think I followed you around then, and then I looked
I
like
remember.
a couple days later, or maybe it was a week later, and you were on like 60K, and I was like, what is going on here?
Yeah,
This guy is clearly
that's
clearly onto something.
I don't know what I was on to. Um, but it just sort of it pretty much just happened like that. I remember I was watching your stuff, Dean, pretty much when I joined because you came up on my For You page. I think it was around November, so I was pretty much watching all of your stuff for quite some time. Then I saw the podcast, And Harlan, you've been all over my For You page for several days, with your hold on, the poster stuff.
The poster. I have the poster just here.
I have
Oh,
the
oh,
poster.
that poster. You have that. You have the exact same poster.
I
We all
think
have
so.
it here.
I got it for Chris. Is it the 100 movies bucket list one?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got the same
Wait, and
poster.
did you have that exact same one too?
It goes Shawshank Redemption, Dark Knight.
Yep.
Yep.
I stopped that because I got bored.
Yeah.
It's not that I got bored of watching movies, but I got bored of making like this same exact video.
And giving ratings over 7 every single time.
Yeah.
That's like me rating people's letterboxd profiles.
Yes.
Yeah. Dude, I see so many of those on my For You page now. Letterbox things. It was
So
like,
do I, and I don't
was
like
like-
it. That's what I do.
I don't care. Like when you did it, I was like, oh, I want Dane to do mine.
Did I ever do yours?
You did do mine eventually,
Oh, okay.
and you gave it a good rating, which I was surprised because I don't have. I have an interesting top 4 on my letterbox. I don't have the typical movie buffs.
Yeah, you don't have like Pulp Fiction and.
Pulp Fiction isn't.
I've never seen Pulp Fiction.
If
Isn't
you
mind-blowing.
if you say you dislike Pulp Fiction loudly enough, the incels will arrive. Okay,
I
that was a joke.
I was gonna watch Pulp Fiction a couple of years ago, but my mum told me no, and I just haven't gotten around to it yet.
I don't. It's not for the faint of heart. That
I
movie.
like Samuel L. Jackson. Which was the one that I watched? I think it was the same director.
Django,
No, I haven't seen that one yet. I think it was
Avengers.
Avengers.
Did you say it's a Quentin Tarantino movie?
Oh, I
Yes.
thought you were talking
The
about Samuel
Hateful Eight.
Jackson.
I have seen Hateful Eight. I really loved Hateful Eight.
He's got some good stuff.
I'm a big Quentin Tarantino junkie.
I've watched like 3 of his movies maybe. Anyway, so we were just talking about Letterboxd top 4s. I think a good question would be, I don't know, Tom, if you have Letterboxd. If you do, number 1, let me follow you. And number 2, what would your top 4 be if you did or didn't have it? Top 4 movies.
I don't have Letterboxd, but my top 4 movies. Well, Jurassic Park's probably up there. Hot Fuzz, Jurassic Park, Hot Fuzz. Hot Fuzz is one of my favorite movies of all time. I love Hot Fuzz so much. What else do I like? I like too many movies. I find it a lot of the time really difficult, because they'll be like, oh, it's just whichever one comes to mind first. Like I really like Revenge of the Sith. That's probably not to be controversial, but probably either that or Empire, probably my favorite Star Wars. I know that you like your episode 8, is it?
Yeah.
I see that. I
So does
also,
Harlan.
you both like your episode 8. Well, I'll avoid that one. No, I don't mind episode 8 too much.
He doesn't like it. He
I
doesn't
hate
like
it.
it.
I don't hate it, but I
It's-
think it's funny just to like contrast
it's-
Dean and say I hate it.
It's got a lot of problems, but it's not. It's got something.
Yeah, but it's not.
It's not awful. It's not
the
my
best,
least
though.
favorite.
We
Dean
do
says
try
it's the
to.
best Star Wars movie.
We
I
do
wouldn't
try
say
to
it's-
avoid talking about it, guys.
I'm
Okay,
sorry.
so moving
I
on.
shouldn't have brought it up. I shouldn't have brought it up. What are the movies? Sorry if I'm rambling a little bit.
Yeah, you're
alright.
good. We're following you.
I'm just trying to think. What other movies do I actually really like? I really love Alien. Alien I really love.
I've never
Doctor
seen
Strange.
Alien.
I watched it recently and it's very good. So if you're going as those as your top 4,
Sure, we'll go for that.
I'd probably give that. There's some really good movies there. To be fair, it's 9 out of 10.
That'll
Despite
do. That'll
I
do.
think, or-
Where do I
You
lose
gave
the
me a
point?
7 out of 10. You gave me. Wait, did you give me 7 out of 10?
I
Where
don't
did-
know.
where
what
do I
gave you.
lose
I
the
was thinking
point?
8 or 9 out of 10, but I decided to be nice to my guest, just
Oh, that's
because
fair.
you know mixed feelings on Revenge of the Sith. But Hot Fuzz, one of my favorite
Oh,
movies
yeah.
ever.
I love Hot
Yeah.
Fuzz.
Dean, did you make like an entire video
You did.
smashing
I
on
saw
Revenge of
it.
the Sith, Dean?
I saw it.
I think, yeah, I did. I didn't.
Did.
Okay,
We
what happened?
exposed you.
No, I didn't hate on it because I don't dislike it as a movie. I think it's good.
You made a
I just-
critical video about people saying that Revenge of the Sith is their favorite Star
I
Wars
did,
movie.
yeah, and I stand by that.
It's either that or Empire. It's like
I can respect Empire. To be fair, I can respect Revenge of the Sith as well, but the reason I now have recently grown a vendetta against Revenge of the Sith is because of this letterboxd thing where it would be in literally every other person's best four, and I'm like, it's a good movie, but I didn't think it was that good, and it's literally in everyone's top four.
I'm struggling. The reason I said Revenge of the Sith is I've got a list, by the way. Sorry if that gets in the way, but I've got a picture of Obi-Wan on my wall right there. So I looked around to see what movies I like, and I saw Obi-Wan. I was like, that. I guess that's one of my. I also really like Baby Driver. I nearly went to see it in a
Wow.
cinema, but I didn't because I was a coward and a child, and I didn't want to break into the cinema.
Fun fact, because at the time I wasn't 15 when I went to watch Baby Driver in the cinema, I went with my sister and they didn't let us in. My sister was 15 at the time, so instead we watched Spider-Man Homecoming, but then about a week later I did watch Baby Driver.
Would you like to hear the story of how I ended up going to see Deadpool 2 when I think I was 15? No, I would have been 14.
Do tell.
I walked up to them, and me and my friend, we were talking about, okay, we were practicing our ages because they're going to ask our ages, so we're practicing all the way there. I walk in, it's like,
Sir, I'm 18.
when's your birthday? And then I made myself a year younger than I actually was by accident, and I walked out in shame, waited half an hour till the shifts changed, and I went back and gave them the right age this time. And there was a bunch of people that looked at us kind of weirdly.
That's quite funny because when I went to watch Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, at the time I was like a week away from turning 17, and that movie's an 18. And I went up and I went, oh, so when were you born? And I'd been practicing it in my head, and then I said a date that would have made me 17 years old and not 18 years old. And then she stood there and she just went and just said the date again and looked at me. I was like, oh no. And then she went, yeah, you'd be 18. You can come in.
That's awesome.
GCSE maths.
And I was like, oh, nice. So
Dude, one time I got pulled over. This was like right when I got my license. I was driving through my downtown area and the lights are on, the street lights are on, so I couldn't tell my lights were off on the car. So I was driving, it was like 1 o'clock at night. And in America, your license, like, it's invalid after a certain point in night because your curfew's up. So I was driving and
you stop becoming a driver when it hits 1 o'clock?
well, because you're violating curfew. Because like technically, if you're under 18, you're not allowed to be out past a certain night, legally speaking.
You
What?
guys, I thought you were the land of the free.
You can't drink and you can't leave your homes.
Yeah, well, when you're 18, you can leave your homes because you're an adult. But
of course.
but anyways, I got pulled over, and the cop was, I was like, pooping myself because I got pulled over, and the cop was like, license, registration, all that jazz, and he was like, so it looks like you're underage here. You're 16. I was like, yep, yeah. And then he asked me, are you driving home from work? And I went, no. And he asked me again. He's like, are you driving home from work? And then I went, yes. And I got off the warning. So
Well,
that was my time to that story.
I didn't know there was a curfew.
Yeah, I mean, kind of. It's like a loose law,
Yeah.
technically. Like,
Yeah, we all know those loose laws.
welcome to America, home of the loose laws.
Do you guys remember your first cinema experience?
Ooh, no, I don't.
I think I
No.
remember mine.
Oh, I think it was Cars, but that's just from what I've been told.
Wait.
That's a while ago.
Oh, who the? You would have been like, how old are you, Dean?
I don't know. What year did Cars come out?
2005.
I would have
Was it
been 3.
2005? You guys are older than me.
So what question sent us on this path?
I I don't think it's important. I think what is important is Jurassic Park.
Yes.
Jurassic Park.
Jurassic Park.
I do like Jurassic Park. A reasonable amount.
So, Tom, I feel like everybody loves Jurassic Park. I
Yeah.
feel like a very slim majority coin Jurassic Park as their favorite movie. Or not their favorite movie, but like...
Yeah, one of their favorites.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, what makes you coin this as one of your favorites?
I think it's the second movie I ever remember. No, I think it's the first movie I remember seeing in a cinema. And I also really like dinosaurs, and I think the characters are very engaging. I think especially the score. The score's fantastic. I don't think it looks that dated either. A lot of the time, it'll look really dated, especially a lot of the time from the 90s movies that you thought looked fine, but then you watch a couple years later and realize this looks like a dumpster fire.
Spawn.
uh, Jurassic Park still looks fairly good. It doesn't look bad, and I really like the characters. I think I liked it when I was little because I really liked dinosaurs. The Velociraptors gave me many sleepless nights, but then I'd watch Jurassic Park again anyway.
Thrill seeker.
Exactly. It was the little child that likes roller coasters in me. Best way to describe it.
I will agree with you with the whole. It doesn't look like I think maybe there's some things that may not hold up as well, but like you wouldn't be able to guess it was made in like 1990 or whatever it came out.
1993.
It was 1993.
Sorry to step on your toes here, Harlan, with the fun facts, but do you want to hear a fun fact about this movie?
My toes are crushed. Go for it.
So this movie looks so good that it inspired George Lucas to make the Star Wars prequels and Peter Jackson to make the Lord of the Rings trilogy.
Yep.
Wow.
Completely groundbreaking. It was the first time that in the CGI animals or characters had really been done. I mean, it was all mainly special effects before that. I think it was in Young Dracula. There was the guy. There was the stained glass window that came to life, and in obviously the Terminator series. But that was special effects. It was the first time they'd really created CGI properly. It was effectively the first big use of CGI. They were originally going to use a form of claymation, which I think it was called. It had a weird name. It was sort of like claymation, but Spielberg, I think it was Gallimimus. They did the the scene where the Gallimimus are running through the fields, just before they get eaten by the T-Rex. They did the skeletons and they made them run through the field, and Spielberg was like, yeah, we'll just use that. And then they combined the teams. So I think it's sorry, I'm rambling a bit. I think it's 6 minutes of CGI dinosaurs and 9 minutes of practical effects. I think
it does look really good, and like you're right, it hasn't aged. I don't think.
It looks kind of untextured sometimes, but apart from that, especially a lot of it looks, especially the practical effects look a whole lot better than the recent ones sometimes.
Yeah.
Did you notice in Jurassic World, they put like a weird blue hue over all of the dinosaurs?
I don't think so. I just remember thinking it didn't look great in general.
Yeah, it looked. They used one practical effect, which in the original Jurassic World, well, in the first Jurassic World, which was the dying. I forget the name of the dinosaur. Was it? It wasn't the Brontosaurus. It probably won't come back to me unless I look it up. But that was the only time I used practical effects, and it made Chris Pratt cry.
Wow, Chris Pratt, what a softie.
I love Chris Pratt. I do like Chris Pratt.
Whoa, hold on. That's a little controversial.
Yeah, no, we support Chris Pratt here at HD Movie Talk.
We support
mean-
Chris Pratt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've got his autograph.
You do? You've met him?
I've not
Wait.
met him. I wrote to him.
Oh, really?
Hold on. This meeting is upgraded. Hold on. Yeah, I've got it. I've got a collection. I write to people.
Whoa,
like
that's cool.
One of the stuff that I go to a lot of Comic Cons and I write to people. I like Chris Pratt.
Wow.
I think my favorite. I think he was the best in Parks and Rec. I think that's my
Andy
favorite.
choice.
Dwyer. So
Andy.
good.
Andy,
Rewatching
he's
that
so-
at the moment.
It's so good.
What are you watching it on?
Me?
Yeah.
Netflix.
Yeah, it's on Netflix and Prime.
In
the UK anyway.
Yeah, no, it's not. No, it's not.
You guys don't have The Office anymore on your Netflix, do you? You lost.
Oh, it's on
you
a
lost The
Peacock
Office.
or whatever, isn't it?
Yeah. It's okay. Netflix regained the rights here. We're winning.
Yeah, you guys have way too many streaming services.
Wait, I have a question. The Netflix account that you follow, does it say like Netflix UK or just Netflix?
I don't follow
It's-
Netflix.
What?
'Cause I was wondering, like, is there like a Netflix America and Netflix UK? Because there's no Netflix America here.
Do you mean on? Do you mean on like social media or do you mean
Yeah, like on
subscription?
social media platforms.
I think I follow Netflix generally and then Netflix UK.
I follow
Oh.
Netflix Australia. That's not a joke.
That
It's
is
the
a
only one.
interesting choice.
Well, there's no Netflix US, so that means we're top dogs, and that means
Without Parks and Rec and The Office. Anyway, moving on.
Well, at least I have Cinnamon Toast Crunch. You even know what that is. You don't even know what that is. Neither do you.
What's
Tom.
your favourite cereal, Tom?
My favorite cereal.
We talk about cereal a lot.
Oh, Special K.
Good choice.
Oh, we have that.
That might sound pretentious, but it's like the off-brand Special K.
It was created to stop masturbation.
Huh?
What?
What? How did that?
Swiftly moving
I
on.
struggle to see how they're connected in any way.
No,
Hey,
I don't know either. Anyway,
never
Jurassic
doubt the
Park.
power of Special K.
Should we share our favourite moments each of Jurassic Park?
Oh well, I feel like. Sure. I'll go first so that
Go on.
everybody copies me.
Okay.
My favorite part is when the guy's trying to. Well, no, he's on the toilet. And then That's my
Gennaro's
favorite part.
Gennaro's hiding on the toilet, and the T-Rex breaks all of his bones.
Yes.
He gets eaten. Classic. My favourite moment is probably the bit where they first see the dinosaurs and there's all the music and Attenborough's like, "Welcome to Jurassic Park."
So good.
It's
think
such a good moment. Just one of the best
really
scenes
good.
in cinema.
The kitchen scene.
Oh,
Gotta love the kitchen scene. It's so tense. Even when you know they're both going to survive, it's still really, really tense.
just the
It is.
spoons when he leans up against the spoons and it's all
Yep.
good stuff. Good choice.
I
Yeah.
think when the Velociraptor nudges it, I think they had a bit of wire. I think, if I'm remembering that correct, I watched all the making of Jurassic Park when I was like 7.
That's pretty
Um,
cool. What I think is a real highlight of this movie is just it has an amazing cast.
Mhm.
Because I really love Sam Neill, Laura Dern, and Jeff Goldblum, obviously.
Oh yeah.
All three of them
Dude,
are
Jeff
amazing.
Gold.
Do you want
I'm
to know
just
who?
saying, Jeff Goldblum. You know, if there was I would not be surprised if like he is like the leader of like an underground sex ring or like something like that. Like
I'd
it
let him
would not-
tattoo me.
What?
I'd let him tattoo me.
I'd let
Wait,
him
you-
tattoo me.
Oh, you said you have a tattoo.
Oh, Not yet.
I'd let Jeff Goldblum tattoo me.
If he
Oh, I'd let
if he
him
if he had a tattoo gun
do
on him
anything,
and
dude.
had no experience, I'd let him tattoo me.
Yeah, okay. So my next question is, can anyone do a Jeff Goldblum impression? Everyone, we have to give it a go now. Who's going first? Your silence makes me think it has to be me.
I can try if you want.
Go
I-
on.
I'm trying to think.
Life. No, I can't do it. I can't do an American accent.
Let me try.
I remember.
Well, no, I can't do it. That was terrible.
Wait, I got it. I got it. I
Gungan
got it.
Goldblum.
Life finds a way.
Okay. It's the spicy meatball. Hey, it's a pizza pie. Oh, sorry, that was an Italian accent. My bad.
You are so good at this because my next question is going to be, what would Jeff Goldblum sound like if he was Italian? You are.
Was it really?
You are a pro at this.
We are all going to die.
We
You know who you know who Jeff Goldblum's character was nearly played by? The Mask, the guy from the Mask.
Jim Carrey.
Jim
Jim
Carrey.
Carrey. It was nearly
Really?
Jim Carrey. You know who Sam Neill was nearly? Harrison Ford.
Nice.
Jim
Nice
Carrey
away.
and Jim Carrey and Jeff Goldblum are two of my favorite actors. How could I choose between them? Here's my actual Jeff Goldblum impression, guys. Okay, who are you? The Lord of Sparkles.
I can't.
Ragnarok.
You know, I like to do impressions. Impressions are fun. But I need to whenever I try to perfect an impression, I've got some good ones.
Like,
But whenever I try to do it, I have to lock myself in a room and act like a psychopath for an hour.
who are your good impressions? I didn't know this.
Putting you on the spot now.
I have Kronk. From
Kronk.
Emperor
Let's hear
Fufu.
Kronk.
Why
wanna
have
hear
you gone
Kronk.
for Kronk?
Because he's awesome.
I love Kronk, but out of every voice in animated history, you chose Kronk?
All right, let me see. All right, Kursk.
That's really good.
Squeak, 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 squeak.
That's
Yeah.
amazing. That's
Nice.
really good.
And I also have Muscle Man from regular show.
Oh yeah, that's good.
You know who else is Muscle Man from regular show? My mom.
That was so
Right.
good. Okay, I
But
don't
that's
want
all I
to waste
have.
these all now. I don't want to waste these all now, so we're going to cap it at 2.
My friends bully me because I can't do accents, and I'm a DM, so I'm supposed to be able to do accents. But all of my accents sound the same, so I put a week aside to learn how to do a French accent, and I got it really good about halfway through, and then it just got increasingly worse.
I can every impression I can do about 3 words in, and then it just crumbles.
Oh yeah, those words I just did. Those are the other ones I can do.
Classic. Okay, Jurassic Park. That's how I'm going to keep bringing us back to topic, just by saying Jurassic Park. Thoughts? And anybody, Harlan, give me a thought on this movie.
Thought?
Yeah, just any thought.
Any thought? Oh, I know, Tom. You probably know about this because you know everything about this movie. But the one frame where they missed the dinosaur.
Yeah.
There's one frame in this movie where they did not put a dinosaur in it.
I'm sure there's lots of frames where they didn't put dinosaurs in.
The Velociraptor disappears in the
Yep,
T-Rex's
it's gone and
mouth.
he comes right back.
Yep. It
That's
took
That's
them
how
one
fast
thought.
they are. They said they were
What?
fast.
Mm.
Runs
Huh?
off screen and runs back.
from
Idiot.
It's dead. It took
now
them like
the new gets
100. Oh, sorry.
No,
um,
you're. No.
It took them like 100 days to render I think it was it 100 days to render 10 seconds of footage or something?
Something
That's
like that.
It took
They're
them a
probably using
ridiculous amount of
18,000
time.
computers to make this.
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
movie.
but you can kind of tell when whatever the girl's name is doing the hacking in this. And no offense, I really like this moment because it's kind of that she gets her moment in the movie and she manages to save the day, which I really enjoy. But just the way she hacks the computer looks like I could have figured it out because she clicked on security and then she clicked on the right building and then it worked. And I'm like, I could have done that. I'm happy she had her moment, but movie maybe make the hacking more.
It was
hacking.
extremely basic, and also the fact that Timmy stood there next to her going like this as the rest of them are trying to reach for the gun, but they just can't. So Timmy's just sort of stood in the corner, just sort of not doing much. Could have
What I
helped
would
someone.
say about this movie is that surprisingly, it doesn't have annoying children like many movies manage to have. I feel like these are good child actors and they don't get on my nerves.
They're good child actors, but my Discord hates Timmy.
I
my Discord, we watched Jurassic Park a couple of weeks ago for a movie night, and there is the Kill Timmy Club. They really, really hate Timmy.
Oh, poor Timmy.
Their favorite character. Do you remember Dennis Nedry?
Yes.
Yellow jacket. He basically killed everyone.
Oh, yes.
They're obsessed with Dennis, and I remember when we were watching it, they wouldn't shut up about Dennis and about how much of a MILF, not MILF, what's the other one? DILF.
Still.
I don't think he's MILF. That's the only time you'll ever get to hear me say that. How much?
And we
how
got
much
it on tape.
You've got it on tape. Oh no, caught on camera once again.
That doesn't sound good for you, Tom.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't.
Again?
What have I been caught? Moving on.
So who is everyone's favorite character in this?
Oh,
Alan.
Malcolm.
Wait, no, I went Owen Wilson then. I was about to go, wow.
Wow.
Dude, wait. Okay, I gotta take a. Wait, Dean, tell me your favorite character.
It has to be Sam Neill, the actor. And
Well,
the
you said character, not. Whatever.
Yeah, no, I just didn't know it. I forgot his character's name. So
Interesting question. Is he better in this, or is he better in Hunt for the Wilder People?
See, this is funny. I was gonna bring up Hunt for the Wilder People because his character, his role in both of those movies are eerily similar. That he goes, he's a guy who is traveling through the jungle with a kid or multiple kids, and he doesn't like children at the start, but he learns to look after the children and respect them.
If you put it that way, they're quite similar, I suppose.
Yeah, I like to think of them as similar, but I think I think that's a good question. I think I might prefer him in Hunt for the Wilder People, just because
it's got a lot more range in Hunt for the Wilder People.
Yeah, and he can't. I just like sweet old men, you know. But he's not sweet. He's kind of bitter. I think I really like the trope of bitter old men being forced to look after children.
No wonder you liked The Last Jedi so much.
That was a good burn.
Yeah, I won't bring it up again. I'm sorry.
I haven't seen Hunt for the Wilder People.
You haven't seen Hunt for the Wilder People, one of the greatest movies ever made, which I have watched this week.
Have you seen? Okay, but have you seen What We Do in the Shadows? Another one of the.
Yes.
Oh well, that's a good start.
I prefer Hunt for the Wilder People. That's my favorite Taika Waititi movie, Hunt for the Wilder.
More than Thor Ragnarok.
More than Jojo Rabbit.
Yeah, Hunt for the Wilder People. Mwah. Best one. It's in my top 10 movies ever, and there is a poster for it right there. I don't know if you can see that, but it is a man, a boy, and a wildebeest.
It is really good. They showed it to us. They showed the trailer to us in school to like motivate us or something. It was really weird. But like, and I was like, oh, I want to watch that. But then I missed it in the cinemas, so I had to wait like 6 months.
I didn't watch it in the cinema.
I'd watched it, and my dad thought it was really weird.
That's the weird movie to choose to motivate you, because like Ricky Baker, it starts off as a pretty bad bloke, and he isn't like a good guy at the end.
No, he kind of shouts rape, doesn't he, when it didn't really happen?
Yeah, he shouts, "You're a molesterer." Anyway, that's how that movie ends, Harlan.
Yeah,
with
spoiler.
Ricky Baker shouting, "You're a molesterer."
Anyways,
Jurassic Park.
I keep derailing the conversation further and further away.
No,
I'll just keep bringing it back by just saying Jurassic Park.
All right then, favorite dinosaur.
Yeah.
Favorite dinosaur. Good
favorite
question.
Dinosaur from Jurassic Park.
Do you not have a favorite dinosaur, Harlan?
T-Rex. I like the T-Rex.
Tut.
No, I know it's not
like a T-Rex.
No, I love the T-Rex, the animatronic. You know,
I know it's not in this movie, but I really like a good pterodactyl. But if we're going off just dinosaurs in this movie, I have to go Triceratops.
Why couldn't you hear the pterodactyl go to the bathroom?
I don't know.
Because it has a silent P.
A pterodactyl isn't a dinosaur.
It's a dragon. No, I'm joking.
Did you see that guy on TikTok who was saying that a T-Rex was a dragon because its arms aren't actually arms, they were like wings like an ostrich?
I like that
No.
guy.
God,
my brother.
infuriating.
I love a good conspiracy theory, me. I'm not gonna say which ones I believe in here, but most
Do you guys have an absurd amount of mattress stores around you?
no.
Yes,
Oh, so you know what I'm talking about.
I know what you're talking about.
There's a conspiracy that those places are just money launderers.
No.
I think I've got 3. It's like mostly the thing is I've got like 50 charity shops within like a 5-mile radius. Not 50. I've got
Charity
like
shop?
charity shops.
Do you know?
yeah,
I have about 10
America doesn't
charity
like-
shops in my small town.
What's a charity
I know.
shop?
Oh yeah, I forgot. America doesn't like to help poor people.
No, yeah, screw 'em. Wait, what is it? Is it?
It's like it's like people. It's like a secondhand shop.
Oh,
So
we
you-
call those like thrift stores. That's what
yeah,
we
but
Yeah,
the
it's a
money
fr- it's a
goes to charity, hence the name.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, don't be too specific, Tom. But just out of interest, where in the UK do you live?
Northern England, Cumbria to be slightly more
Cumbria.
specific.
Nice.
I'm Cumbrian, so that would make me Celtic if I manage. My heritage is weird. It's a bit everywhere, but still very much. I am pretty much English and partly Canadian, and sort of Spanish if we go back to the Spanish Armada. But anyway.
What about you,
Jurassic
Dean?
Park.
What about you? Are you Southern England? No, we're not.
Yeah, I think you would class me as the Midlands. I'm the East Midlands or
East Midlands.
East Midlands.
I'm trying to think. I can't think of any stereotypes for East Mid. Does
Exactly,
Birmingham
we're
count as the
bland
Midlands?
people.
Where is the Midlands? Like, because I.
It's in the middle.
Around in the middle.
Well,
God
yeah,
damn
I
it.
whoa, like,
Beat me to that one, Dean.
people are saying the Midlands. Oh, I struggle to understand because I consider like some people would say Norfolk is like the Midlands. I thought Norfolk was like the South.
I live like I was in Norfolk for the week this week, but I don't live that near to Norfolk. It was like a 3-hour drive, like 2.5-hour drive.
Yeah, I'm not trying to dox you. Don't worry.
It was an indeterminate drive, and you will never find out where I live.
It was a drive of a length to a
I was
place.
just about to say it and then bleep it out, but then never done.
Yeah, so my postcode is
So my address is.
My postcode ends in an R.
ooh. I was about to say my postcode, but then I remembered that's not a postcode, that's it's a number plate.
A postcode is a zip code, Harlan.
Apart from that's where we
Just
send our
be the
post
same.
instead of our zip.
Okay.
Um,
Adapt to our culture.
adapt to your culture. When you stop
Yeah.
assimilating ours, we will.
Wait, what?
I'm joking. I'm sorry. I don't actually dislike America. I
Wait,
just
what's the
make a lot
temperature
of.
outside over there?
I mean,
do you
it's
mean in
evening, so it's
do you
gonna be a
mean
little
in-
cooler.
degrees or in wrong?
Oh yeah, you do your temperature funny anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, we do it
It's-
right.
It's currently 18 degrees outside for me. What is that in? Would you use?
So that'd be,
You're
that'd
the
be
only
freezing.
place
double
in
it-
the world
double
that
it and add
does
30.
It
your.
would be snowing for you.
It's not snowing here, I can tell you that much.
It's 64 Fahrenheit outside for me.
Let me have a look at it. It is 19 degrees.
So you're a degree warmer than me. It's 64 Fahrenheit. How warm is it there?
66. So you double it and add 30 to get into Fahrenheit. I was actually watching where Fahrenheit comes from. 100 is it's based off one guy in the middle of America who said, and 100 is when it's hotter than it usually is, and 0 is when it's colder than it usually is. Apparently, that's what I heard. Again, it's TikTok. Not everything I hear.
I
on
mean,
there is
that's
true.
right. I feel like that. It's a lot more simpler then what's colder than it usually is for you guys?
Well, no, degrees works that 0 is the freezing point of water and 100 is the boiling point of water, and
Yeah.
that's how degrees works.
And then you've also got Kelvin, which is just degrees, but science.
Anyway, Jurassic Park.
Oh, yes,
Yeah,
of course,
yeah.
Jurassic Park.
I had a thought, and it's left to me. Go on, Dean. I like
Sorry.
Richard
Mum?
Attenborough's character
No, Mum.
because I think it would have been very easy just to either just make him a rich guy or like a blundering fool. But they've done a good like compromise of him actually being quite a complex character, and I really like how he acts very differently when he's with the guests to when he's with the staff, and there's like a different side to this character.
I think they did a really good job. He's very different in the books. In the books, he's actually about, I think he's in his 40s, and he dies at the end.
Oh. Yeah, I think also a big reason why his character works is because they decided to give him grandkids, which kind of helps him be a bit more like down to earth and a bit more involved in the stakes of the movie, I think.
Right.
They did a really good job with him. He's one of the most iconic characters from the entire movie.
Definitely.
They could have very easily just made him an asshole, but they didn't. They kept him. They decided to give him. They decided to make the nice version of him, though he does have a certain disregard for.
Somewhat.
He sort of. They say they spared no expense. He said spared no expense a lot. Yet he kind of. It's implied that he underpays a lot of his staff.
And also, like, he didn't put locks on the doors of the cars when they're right next to dinosaurs. And I feel like that's a pretty essential thing. Like, that's the bit when he goes, I told you we should put locks on the door. Why didn't you? That seems pretty vital to me.
I understand that.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I mean,
Hey,
I think
on that one.
I think the main reason they didn't is because, like, if the cars were to stop, then they wouldn't be able to get out.
That's true.
But the reason they didn't put them on in the first, like, the reason that they aren't there is obviously they can get out, and the dinosaurs aren't really going to be able to. If it wants to get into, if a dinosaur really wants to get into the car, I don't think a locked door is going to do much to stop it.
That's very true. I think it's just more so the people don't get to the. Yeah, that's true. My next question for Tom was going to be, who is your favorite Attenborough?
Oh, David or Richard?
Yes.
You can't make me choose. I love them both. I think I'm probably gonna have to choose David.
Or I feel like David's the popular choice. Do you have David Attenborough over there, Harlan?
I thought you were asking if he was in our house.
Is he in your house? Do you have David Attenborough? Because if you don't, you are seriously missing out on just one of the best men to ever have existed.
I love him. I know someone who's met him.
I don't have
He speaks. He's in all the nature documentaries. And like, here we have the spotted caterpillar.
Well, it's very possible that he's
he did Blue Planet and Planet Earth.
David Attenborough is not a name I'm familiar with.
Attenborough.
David Attenborough is not a name.
Sorry.
Sorry, I didn't mean to mock you there. It was just quite funny. Basically, David Attenborough is one of the most famous people in our country and a national hero, and we all love him. And he is the brother of Richard Attenborough, who plays the guy in charge of the park.
Oh, that's interesting.
You didn't sound very interested, but I'll let it.
No, that is really interesting.
Are you trying to undermine us?
Are you trying to undermine David Attenborough? If people find out that you're
no.
undermining David Attenborough, you are cancelled, my friend. Nobody touches David Attenborough.
You don't touch David Attenborough.
Well, I'm cancelled in England, but like it doesn't matter. So. Most of my audience is American, anyways.
Okay, Jurassic Park.
I'm sorry.
That one wasn't your fault. That was my fault for bringing up David Attenborough.
Yeah, it's all your fault.
We
What?
haven't talked about Jurassic Park that much. Oh, go on.
I've got the Alan Grant Funko Pop just there. I also did an Alan Grant cosplay earlier this year, for Halloween, and I was going to go to Comic Con as Alan Grant, but my friends couldn't make it, so I cancelled.
What Comic Con do you go to?
I tend to go to London, so I tend to go to London. I've been to London once. I met I met Simon Pegg there.
Is this MCM?
I think it is.
That's the one I go to, Tom. We might have seen each other.
Is there a suspicious amount of people dressed as Harley Quinn?
Yes, I feel like that's every Comic Con.
Yeah, I
That
was
is
gonna say
every
that's like
single one.
any
my-
single.
It's
There's
at the
so
London
many.
XL.
Yeah, at the XL. I
Yeah.
went October 2019. I was there.
I was there, Tom.
You were. You want to know? Okay, I've got. Sorry to bring it off topic, but I have a story about that.
Go on.
Because right, we went down for the day trip. I've been
This
begging my
annoying guy with
friends.
glasses knocked you over and spat on you.
Yeah, he had and then he told me how much he liked The Last Jedi, and then beat me with a stick.
Good. I love The Last Jedi.
What they did to Luke Skywalker was completely deserved. No, but we went down. Okay, so me and my friend, we leave early in the morning. My friend is extremely jet lagged, because they'd just gotten back from holiday. Anyway, that's not important. I'm rambling. We get there. We get all the way to the XL. We go in. We were there for probably around 6 or 7 hours. We meet Simon Pegg, which is cool. We do a bunch of buying of things, and then as we're going to leave, we're like, okay, we're going to need to make our train. Guess what? I noticed that we'd spent the entire time in only 2 out of the 6 holes. We didn't realize there was more holes, and we'd missed so much. We'd missed pretty much everything. We'd missed 2/3 of the entire thing because we were wandering around the same stalls because we didn't know there was more, and we got really, really annoyed. And that was my experience. I also go to Birmingham sometimes, Birmingham Comic Cons.
I've never been Birmingham. I mean, I do live pretty close to Birmingham, an indiscernible distance away for anybody wondering.
Anywhere between 110,000 mile radius around Birmingham. You can.
I've actually never been to a single Comic Con.
Yeah, that's what happens when you live in a country so big.
Well, there's one in Chicago. I'm an hour away from Chicago.
America's ones are so good, though.
I'll come to the Chicago one with you, Harlan. I won't. That's going to cost me a lot of money.
It would cost a lot of money, and I wouldn't do anything for you.
I would be like, Harlan, I'm in Chicago. Where are you? And you just ignore all my messages.
Please, I've come all of this way. It was $1,000 to get a flight here. And
probably
back.
more than $1,000 for.
Well, at the moment, it's going to be a bit different, I think, to the normal price.
Me and my friends were hoping to go to 2022 Star Wars Celebration, but that's fallen through because that's so expensive. It was basically costing $1,500 per person to just do the trip, and we're like, that's an acceptable amount of money for 17-year-olds to raise. Most of my friends are unemployed.
Yeah, put that on your Amazon wish list. And
then... Send me to America. That would be a conflict of interest. I don't think the Americans would want me.
I'll be standing at like the airport being like, Tom? Nah.
No, get out of here. Your name is Jumpers and British Accents, not Jumpers and Yankee Accents. Get out of here.
Anyway, Jurassic Park. We haven't talked about it a lot, but we're nearly like at our hour mark.
So, are we really?
We're like 50 minutes, I think.
I really love Jurassic Park. I really, really love the original 3. Jurassic World, but they're fine. But at the same time, there's not really that much to talk about with Jurassic, because everyone knows Jurassic Park. Most people have seen it. I'm not sure if there's that much to talk about with Jurassic Park itself. It's like we've touched upon the original one quite a few times. I'm assuming you guys have seen the second and third.
I haven't. I have not seen either.
I have, and I don't remember them, but I remember being I don't know if I'd say underwhelmed, but they're definitely like a whole tier below the first one.
Okay, yeah, but well, okay, that's the first one's obviously the best. Obviously, the first one's the
Obviously.
best. I don't think there's many people who's going to argue with that. I still really like the second one. The third one is quite controversial. It was actually the 15-year anniversary, or was it the 20? No, it was the 15. No, the 20. Sorry, my head. It was 2001, Jurassic Park 3. Um, yes, I think.
Isn't Jurassic Park 3 the one where like the dinosaurs in the airplane and he speaks
Yeah,
English? The
yeah.
green?
That's the scene that everyone always brings up.
I like
uh,
that part. I've
it's
never seen it, but I like
Alan. Um,
Alan.
Alan. Yeah, he's supposed to be. I think he was supposed to be having some kind of PTSD thing there, but it didn't really work. Jurassic Park. I've rewatched Jurassic Park 3 recently. It was an experience. A lot of it's really good, but a lot of it's so weird. Um, but a lot of it's good. Um, the first one though is probably the best one. The second one is very different, but still quite good in its own regard. Um,
Um, what do you think about the new trilogy, I guess, or soon to be trilogy?
um, Jurassic World. I don't really consider them Jurassic Park. They're like there's Jurassic Park and then there's Jurassic. I know they're the same, but I consider them separate.
Yeah,
Really in my head.
that,
Like if I was doing it, I'd do a Jurassic Park marathon or I'd do a Jurassic World marathon. I wouldn't do one after the other. The Jurassic World is fine. It's not. It doesn't in any way stand up to Jurassic Park or even the Lost World. I thought a lot of the decisions that they made were really kind of weird. I still really I don't dislike the movies.
yeah, it's
they're
all
good
right.
movies.
I've seen Jurassic World. I thought that one was it wasn't like I wouldn't go back and watch it again, but like if it was on, I'd be like, oh, okay.
Well, I saw it in the cinema 6 times when I was very young. I really
Nice.
enjoyed it. I love the Indominus Rex.
Yeah, that's cool.
It's
I like the
weird.
idea of the making the dinosaurs thing.
Hmm. I, I, the Indominus Rex was really scary. They did a really good job. They just did a really good job with it. Um, I thought the Indominus Rex just shook me to my core when I was very young, and it was quite graphic for a Jurassic Park movie.
Yeah.
Um, and I thought the decision to sort of humanize and domesticate the raptors felt a little bit out of left field because my favorite part of the original three is always the raptors at the end because the raptor bit at the end is always so terrifying because they're so cool. It's in the first two, the final like half an hour is almost all velociraptors. Well,
Mm.
actually, sort of ish. The second one, it's kind of T Rex. Then after that, but the decision to humanize the velociraptors was felt a little bit out of left field for me. But I guess some people like it, and I mean, it makes it whole lot easier to sell merchandise of it.
There you go. I got a big question for you. What do you think about the Fast and Furious and the
Don't.
Jurassic World coming
It's
together?
They have said it's not happening.
It
It's
better
not.
happen.
It's not happening.
It's
Actually,
happening.
they did talk about what the one they would consider though, which is the Transformers, and I don't like either of those. So do what you want.
I think the Transformers would be cooler than F9,
I
the
think I'd
F9 crew.
I think I'd rather see Jurassic Park and Fast and Furious.
I'd rather die. Um,
Well,
sorry.
I think the Transformers and Jurassic Park might. There's like
It was
just a small
Transformers and
chance.
Fast and Furious, not.
Yeah, Transformers
Oh,
and
was it
Fast and
Transformers
Furious.
and Fast and Furious? I thought it was
Jurassic,
Transformers and
they're
Jurassic
keeping
Park.
Jurassic Park to its own thing.
That would be
Hopefully.
cool.
Yeah, well, because they're both about cars, aren't they?
The
And
Transformer movies are just absolute garbage.
Hey,
Okay.
whoa, 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 whoa!
well,
Hold on, hold on. You're forgetting the first one. The first one's not that bad.
The first one's fine, and then there's
first one's
Bumblebee,
fine.
which is good, and then in all of them, Optimus Prime is just a bloodthirsty murderer.
The second, I didn't hate the second and third ones when I watched them when I was like 8.
See, I like having a British guest. We haven't had one yet.
Nope.
Am I your first British guest?
Yes.
I'm as British as it gets, you know, with the exception of maybe the Queen and
David Attenborough.
or Bowie. I was thinking Bowie for some reason.
If we're talking about alive British, I'd probably put you at number 3 after the Queen and David Attenborough.
Now that's some interesting choicing. That's flattering.
And even Hugh Grant.
Oh, Hugh Grant's a good choice.
Okay,
I feel like he's an American British guy though.
That's probably why I know him. Wait, what's your guys' favorite sugary cereal?
We don't eat sugary cereal because we're not animals like you.
Yeah, we don't like to have high obesity rates here in the UK. We like to make sure that our people live long and healthy lifespans, rather than
I'm really
dying at the age of 60.
I'm really enjoying having British guests on, and
imagine having tariffs on your. Imagine having tariffs.
Imagine having terrorists.
Tariffs
on sugar. I think he means we have the sugar tax, which doesn't really affect.
Imagine not being allowed unpasteurized milk.
Yeah, do you know, Tom? I found this out this week. This blew my mind. He doesn't know what a black currant is.
What do you mean you don't know what a black? It's the best flavor. A black currant. Well, you see, do you know what a currant is? We're not onto a good start.
What's a currant?
A black currant is a fruit that you do not get in America, and it's a flavor of drinks and the like, and it is so good.
Black currant's my favorite flavor. Hold on. I'll see how much it is to ship some black.
Add that to your Amazon wish list. I will. when I buy cinnamon toast crunch, you've got to buy some black currant squash.
Tom, do you know what cinnamon toast crunch is?
It sounds like diabetes.
Oh, yeah. So good. So good.
Well.
Oh my god.
That's what the your healthcare system's telling you.
Oh well, we pay for that.
Yeah, they know.
I'll take that one. The healthcare system. I'll take that one.
I'm sorry. I'll stop bringing up America.
He'll agree to the healthcare system. This is what we've discovered in the past.
It's a force of habit. I'm sorry.
But you guys, cereal.
I don't actually eat breakfast. I don't.
That's very unhealthy for you, Thomas. I'm very disappointed.
Well,
are you Thomas? I assume you're Thomas.
Tom.
Jurassic Park closing thoughts. Yeah.
Closing thoughts. Everyone, please score out of 10. 10. I can guess what Tom is going to be.
I'm going to give it a 10.
Harlany?
Mr. Harlan.
Harlan Duffy.
You can see the cogs working in his head behind that little orange beanie. I'm sorry.
Give it an 8.5 out of 10.
A solid choice.
I was thinking between an 8.5 and a 9, but through my desire to not agree with you, I'm going to go with a 9.
That's an even better choice. Oh, I have one last question for you guys before we go.
Yes.
What is the movie you're most excited for this year, and why? Because I know what mine is.
I know what Harlan's is going to be. I'll answer for him. It's Spider-Man No Way Home, because I love Spider-Man, and I've got a tattoo on my arm.
Let's go.
I love
Spider-Man. It's going to be so good.
Oh, it better be.
Okay, well, what's your choice, Tom?
The new Suicide Squad. I'm so excited.
Oh, really?
I'm watching it in a week. This week, I'm watching it.
You gotta get it a week before us.
I want to see it. I want to see it on the day it comes out. But I also I'm going down to London in a couple of weeks, and I promised that we'd go sit in the one where they do all of the red carpets and stuff.
Yeah,
We're gonna go see it in that cinema. No. So I don't know. Do I see it twice?
See it twice. That's my answer. By the time this episode is out, I would have already watched the Suicide Squad. So please check out my reviews. Thank you.
Nice little plug there.
But my answer would probably the
Batman?
Batman isn't this year. That's next
is
year,
it?
unfortunately. It's in March. I'd go Last Night in Soho, which is Edgar Wright's next movie, because I'm an Edgar Wright fanboy, and I would let him tattoo me.
I would also let Edgar Wright tattoo me.
I would no.
The three men.
Let Tobey Maguire tattoo me.
Is this the list now to qualify how much you
the
like a celebrity? Would you let them tattoo you?
Yes.
The three: Jeff Goldblum, Alex Hirsch, and Edgar Wright. Those are the three.
So, like, even if David Attenborough was like, "Hey, can I tattoo you?" You'd be like, "No."
He's probably old. Hands are shaky.
I don't know why David Attenborough would want to. I can understand why the rest of them might tattoo me, but I don't see a circumstance in which David Attenborough's going to ask to tattoo me.
No, I think you're right there. No, yeah. What about Jim Carrey, Harlan? Would you let him tattoo you? I'd let him tattoo me.
Yeah, he's a really good artist.
He'd be like, he'd be running towards you with a tattoo gun, going, "Somebody stop me!"
He just tattoos the mask onto your face. Do you want
that
to?
Sounds pussy.
Anyway, as we like to do at the end, Tom, would you like to plug your stuff to send our listeners over to you?
Go follow my. I guess you can follow my TikTok if you want to, and I stream. Relatively often.
What's your stream handle?
Same as my TikTok. It's all Jumpers British Accents on everywhere that I've got social media. It's Jumpers and British Accents. Nice and simple, so people can find me easily.
There you go.
There we go. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Join my Discord if you want. I talk to people. You guys have a Discord?
We both do, yeah.
I don't go on mine that often.
I don't go on mine that often.
I feel terrible.
I
just don't get to it every day.
I check mine every single day.
I don't go on mine at all. Sorry, guys over there. I do appreciate you.
Maybe I'm just more dedicated.
Yeah, no, you are just more dedicated, but I agree.
Or maybe I just have more time on my hands.
Or that
one or the other. Anyway, next week we will be talking about the Suicide Squad. So there's that. That's going to be fun. Harlan is now confirming that is true, like he does every week.
I think it's true.
If it's not, I'll edit it out. So thanks for listening. And yeah, we will see you next week. Thank you, Tom, for joining us. It's been a pleasure.
Yes, thank you, Tom, for coming on today.
Very nice. Sorry that I kept distracting you with
countless. It's good. It's good.
Things.
We had fun, and that's all that's important.
Exactly. I had a great time.
Yeah, we'll see you next time. Adios.